and substantially building upon traditional approaches such as music therapy. I speak for us when I say we're extremely proud of Dr. Packard's scientific achievements, but also more importantly, proud to see the huge inflow of warm letters from happy parents. Keep up the great work, everyone. Eugene Kazuma. Cosma? I just saw the email. I'm so sorry to hear they cut your project. If it's any consolation, I've tried to apply your methods to my personal time, and I feel my creativity is on a whole other level. Seriously. I hope this is just temporary and they reinstate the project. I've got bad feelings since Dr. Lynch's departure. I've asked for the same support. Hang in there, Caroline. Don't lose hope. Dear team, I like to beat around the bush as much as next guy, but I'm afraid I don't have luxury this time. First off, you'll remember the framed quote I used to have in my office. Never trust a person who's never tried to steal. Well, it seems someone took that statement too much to heart. Now don't panic, it wasn't a quote that was stolen. It's safely at home. Rather, it appears a staff member has taken our neurotransmitter research files from the facility with likely the intent of selling them to a third party. That all lab members will be required to take a polygraph for leaving the facility, led by our own Dr. Al Tover. If Al finds any trouble with your test, next sort of action will be termination, legal action, or both. No jokes. I mean, it's not seriousness. Let me emphasize, do the polygraph before leaving work, then you forget your nap, showers, lap dances, whatever you people do in your off hours. Have a pleasant day, sigh. Except polygraphs are worthless. Like, I have crippling anxiety, way I hear it. My crippling anxiety would mean, like, me giving my name would come up as a lie. Dear all, as many of you know, this week's audit is simply a formality. We are required by law at the PR to evaluate current laboratory safeguards for effectiveness and future modernization efforts. Remember that this audit is beneficial for the city's bookkeeping as it is to keep you and your research safe. We're playing for the same team. Please just treat this a mandatory day off. Best regards. Ooh. Sometimes loving you makes me hurt myself more. We all want a happy ending in our lives, but how can we create a happy ending? Maybe it's time we ask ourselves what we really want in this life. What makes you happy? What makes your heart flutter? Start doing things that make you happy. Some that will caught your interest. Yeah. Student pilot license. Outer space, my life in orbit. What's life in space like? Comfortable. Of course, not everyone's a bed of roses. Gravity well 1G isn't great for your bones or muscles, since there's food isn't that for, and stuff from Earth is as rare as it is expensive. Live in a private orbital station, congrats, you're richer than me. You always see the same faces. But if you live in a hybrid station like Crystal Palace, you have to live with corporate bachelor parties every weekend. Don't let that put you off. There's more upsides than downsides to living in orbit. For soul safety. To get into orbit, you need a lot of zeros in your bank account, which means you won't see legions of homeless people, skis out gangsters, or aggressive joy toys. The exception to that being the lunar colonies, but no self-respecting orbital dweller would ever set foot there. In other words, you can walk around at night, unarmed, without security, and come back home in one piece, wallet undisturbed. Amazing, right? Secondly, quality of service. Anyone in the customer service sector had to rack up enormous debt to come here. Anyone in the customer service sector had to rack up an enormous debt that's come here. They hope to pay it off within their lifetimes, raking a lot, I mean a lot of tips. Which means they'll bend over backwards to satisfy every whim. For an employer, you don't have to worry that an employee you just hired and trained at your expense will suddenly quit, go work for the competition for a few extra eddies a week. When I say you expected private ones, some don't have competition, and if they do, it's basically negligible. Agreements can be made so situations like that don't occur. Thirdly, and most importantly, no government can tell you what to do, where, and how. Corporate stations are autonomous and governed by their own laws. There aren't that many of them. If you can afford your own station, you're the undisputed lord and master of a little corner of space. You want to tie the help up to a whipping post when they make a mistake? Go right ahead. Want 5 wives or 4 husbands? I'm sure you have a line of willing volunteers. I'm still holding out for cosmic horror waifu, honestly. Hastur, Hastur, Hastur. Dr. Havoc Radan. Be bad, do bad, feel fucking good. Actually, see that poster there? That one? Just remind me of that music video. Oh, I need to look it up again. I do not remember its name. Based on the late, fuck, I do not remember its name. It's a good song, but I don't remember its name. It's like a post-apocalyptic setting, and it's, you just see a person driving in this, I think it's like a saloon car. They've got this, maybe it's like a samurai helmet on, that kind of thing. They take down this train. People are like giving supplies over to some train. They cause the train to crash. Supplies spilling out. The people rush for it before the person in the car drives off for this huge dust cloud coming in the distance. It's 2 giant mech with one guy who looks like some American congressman and some fat guy wearing makeup. Some like, I want to say the guy himself had some Japanese motif going on. They're like coming in on these like huge floats covered in people. There's a clear like difference of culture to each float, like the different mooks on it. The floats also come with like guns and missiles. Person driving the car ends up taking some damage, reveals it's actually a woman. And there's a follow-up song, which, like, these have their own music videos. This is what I'm describing here. The follow music video continues to fight, but then it cuts to, like, a dance routine between the main chick and the different mooks off the vehicles. It shows a bit of the fight, and her like driving with the 2 heads now also singing, joining in on the singing and on her back seat. I do not remember anything about this, like the names or anything, but I think someone was claiming that they actually made like an anime, or an anime movie out of this, like more of the music video kind of thing. They like continued it, but I have no idea. Based on the latest research on the subject, it appears that the patient suffers from relapses of antisocial behaviors. The recommended treatment approach is limited environmental stimulation, increased dosage of neuroleptics. See treatment details in attachment. Mind you that this is not an isolated case, but a very common problem by members of Max TAC. The NCPD is pushing for more resources, but in cyberpsychosis research, but facilities simply can't accommodate an uptake right now. Friendly reminder, please email your applications for overtime next quarter by no later than tomorrow EOD. Fun projects have been greenlighted to continue next quarter. Neurotransmitters and selective countermeasures in combating the effects of stress, cyberpsychosis, audio-visual stimulation in autism therapy, limited environmental stimulation as part of a treatment for antisocial behavior. We've decided to suspend research into transcendental meditation. Although those involved in the project will soon receive more detailed report, report about the indefinite suspension, and information regarding new project allocations. Audit around the corner. What's up, Choomster? You know about that audit in your labs coming up, right? Maybe get those invoices for Woo squared away, huh? Don't you got enough of your own paperwork pushed around? Leave the invoices for Woo to me. Make sure little piggies don't go hungry. Overtime, voluntary versus mandatory. Straight spilled whiskey. You read Cosma's email congratulating you on. Eugene must be very, pleased with her strides. Not surprised. I mean, she cozies up with that cop, then all of a sudden gets an NCPD contract. Quinky dink, huh? Exactly. Imperil poisoning. Imperil, which attracts danger, is a poisoning resulting from irritability. This poison, quite a substantial one, is deposited against the walls of the nerve channels that spreads throughout the entire organism. Okay. Symbols and dreams, electric sheep and unicorns. Especially don't come at all. BB. Container, plastic and metal. This device stimulates conditions in the uterus, maintains the life of the BB, and detects BTs. There's a crossover with Cyberpunk 2077 and Death Stranding, but I did not know they went. Like, you can find Cyberpunk stuff in Death Stranding. But I didn't know you could find Death Stranding stuff in Cyberpunk. So, hey, BB. Guns just being left around the place. My God. Subject report AH. Patient transported to hospital 18 minutes after suffering missile wound to the head. As the missile penetrated multiple brain layers, temporary pulse cavity immediately followed. Due to rapid intervention, intracranial pressure was reduced and inflammation damage to brain tissue was avoided. Despite successful intervention, the patient remains in a coma with estimated chance of waking at only 0.6%. With, in the event the patient does wake, like complications include paralysis in the right-sided body, vision impairment, speech impairment, and cognitive disorders. Estimation value for NCPD investigation near 0. Fear of 91. Not sure what that's about. Random ice. This is a task to check day 1. How to prepare for an audit. Huh, it's actually in the seat. Okay, I read that. Dr. Havoc and Radon. B.A. Gasenov, respiration and intercellular spaces. The theory of imperil, though overly simplistic and never formulated along the lines required by modern scientific inquiry, is in fact useful as a general principle. Scientists today are all too ready to consign visionaries of previous ages to dustbin history simply because they deal with questions of spirituality, putting them supposedly at odds with contemporary theories. If indeed a person has a self, how can we therefore doubt that the self affects the body? If it exists, then it must exercise influence. In fact, this was proven only weeks ago by a group of scientists at University of Toronto. A study conducted on laboratory mice showed a correlation between regular meditation and a 20% increase in lifespan. Bibliography: The Fatal Effects of Modern Shamanism, i.e. Grant, Oxford University Press, page 15 to 37. Sensational Mice in Toronto, J.J. Blatsky, a Journal of the Alt Scientist, page 2 to 4. BD chair. Provide with maximum confidence. Okay. Interesting drawing.
Hey, River. think I got it.
Jesus.
Found something?
Not yet.
Anthony Harris. Let's try these drawers.
Say, River, why not just have a janitor crack a door for you?
Can't risk getting scolded for sniffing around somebody else's
River.
case.
Ah.
Yoan!
What are you doing here? You got kicked off the force.
Just suspended, actually.
I'm calling the actual police.
Oh, wait here. Hear me out, please.
Seriously, River? You weren't in enough trouble already?
Harris kidnapped my nephew.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But we store evidence here, and we have strict protocols.
Protocols? Talking about his nephew's life here. A child's life.
This is an ongoing police investigation. Go, please.
God, those eyes. I don't like interrupting them. I feel like, oh, time thing. Maybe I shouldn't say and.
Get out now!
Can't leave without Peter Pan's dreams.
I'll say it one last time. Out!
Damn it, Yoan. Who the fuck do you think you are? Remember your first med school exam? You know the one. Passed it with flying colors. Gotta remember it. Ladies' room erupted in flame. They evacuated everybody for 2 hours.
I cannot believe you would throw that in my face. I never wish to see you here again. Especially you. You don't know him well, do you? This man is a bastard.
River and I get along, we're friends. Hasn't let me down yet.
Huh. I thought us friends too.
Is that why you're refusing to help him out?
Harris's dream, BD. Where is it?
He isn't dreaming.
What? Why?
Both in the head. Knew too much.
A bullet damaged his cerebral cortex. We get only dissonant urges. Pieces.
Hmm.
I'd like to...
Try audiovisual stimulation.
But he isn't on the spectrum.
A favorite song or movie helps you reach the kids. Might be worth a try.
I am aware of the similarity. Hypothalamus stimulation and hormone production. But Harris is not a child. I have never tried the procedure on an adult.
Any reason you haven't?
Because, unlike River, I went to med school and studied neuroscience. And not by reading about it over someone's shoulder on the metro.
That's not answering a question, that's just waving your doctorate in my face. Not actually rebuking me.
Let's try it.
We don't even know his preferences.
I'll find something. I mean you're willing to try?
He's a pedophile, isn't he? I know the... Oh, then again, his last target was like 17, wasn't he? 18? The guy was about age of majority. Maybe a bit over, a bit under. I was going to say, do you have any videos of a kid, or, you know, videos of, or audio of kids frolicking through fields? That could work. But...
Just go.
I know. Put on High School Musical 4. Maybe that'll work.
I'll open the front door for you.
Let's ride, V. I know exactly where to start.
Say, by the way, what do you know about biochips? Arasaka's relic in particular.
Well, it's designed to store a person's neural engram. Sorry. Just imagine copying over a person's memories and personality.
Right, I get that. More curious what happens if the stored engram overwrites the engrams of the chip carrier.
Overwrite? I'm not even sure that's possible. Why do you ask?
Nah, never mind. Not a big deal. Thanks.
Sorry, just had to ask about the Keanu Reeves in my head that's killing me.
The NCPD advises those traveling beyond official police jurisdiction at all times.
Oh, there's actually an ort over there. Could I get out and just shoot them? Be real quick. Or just drive that way, I'll shoot at the car.
Okay. Let me hear it.
So, got booted off the force.
Suspended. Mayor's death stank to high heaven. Inquest into, kicked under the rug. So I made a fuss.
Not worth asking how you feel about that.
Nope. It's just, it's not easy for me to talk about what's biting at my ass.
Fair enough. Could tell me where we're headed, though.
To Joss's. Randy's mom. She thinks he just ran away from home. For now, keep the kidnapping between us.
Tell me about Randy. What kind of kid he is?
Petty theft, drugs, running away from home. That kind.
Ah.
Cop uncles really see the best in you.
There are people who always find their way into trouble. Randy's one of them.
Where's Randy's dad?
Been a few years since he got popped. Gang war.
Great role model.
Josh was left alone with 3. But she's as tough as weathered leather.
Gonna tell me why we aren't trying to find Harris's apartment?
That's a house. And I thought
Orange
he was
one.
keeping his victims in his basement. Besides, we are trying. Want to see if we can find some connection to Harris at Randy's.
Pretty weak lead.
Best we can hope for just now.
Not worried Yawen's gonna toe the line? Rat you out to her superiors?
Used to be friends. Doubt she'd do that. Plus, not that I'd use it, but I do know one skeleton she'd prefer remain tucked in her closet.
Think Yawen will actually help us? All things considered?
Yeah. These tiffs of ours always end up the same way. I'll tell you about it over a beer sometime.
Sign me up. We find Randy, then we find the bottoms of a few bottles.
It'll be my pleasure.
Okay, I have money.
Something might be going on under the bridge. Can't be everywhere. Ooh, some killings happened over there. Like, where'd he mine? Rancho Coronado. Excuse me. It's 3 AM, just about 4 minutes to. I might leave it here. Another assault.
right, this is it. It's sure been a while. Used to come over every weekend. Time ago.
And? Changed it all since?
Places like this never change.
Lovely neighborhood. Mwah.
Sorry, the Keanu Reeves is acting up again. I won't steal from them. Wow, don't lock your door. Do get your dystopia, right?
River. You either got business with me or news about my Randy. Wouldn't drag your butt out here if you didn't.
Joss, meet V.
Howdy.
So, V, is this about my Randy?
Joss, I don't know how to say this, but Randy was abducted.
I thought we were gonna keep the kidnapping to ourselves.
Abducted. But he's alive, right? River! Tell me, damn it!
Police caught the guy, but he caught a bullet and he's in a coma, being watched.
But where's Randy?
We're looking, Joss.
Here?
Arguing's not gonna help anyone.
He's my child. You got no place telling me how to behave.
Joss.
He's my child, and if I can make sure he dies, I damn well will.
Listen, we need to look through Randy's things.
Why?
To find any lead we can. Trust me, Joss.
Just don't destroy anything. Randy doesn't like it when anyone pokes through his stuff.
Let's go, V.
The kids are playing outside. Tell them it's time to eat.
Fine. Dubai, sand and death. I heard a troubling click. My Geiger counter may rest in peace. I stood on God's surface, some parts smooth as ice, others cracked and jagged. The earth I walked on was formed from melted sand after thermonuclear bomb detonated here. One of the 5 that fell in Dubai. I recalled old stills from the end of the 20th century. Skyscrapers like crystal obelisks, touching the sky, supercars, palm trees. No, nothing. Like a surreal frozen sea blanketed by the irradiated dust of the Arabian Peninsula and glinting under the desert sun. But nearby, in city's former suburbs, life continues on. Difficult, brutal, cutthroat, but life nonetheless. Few dare venture outside without a hazmat suit, makeshift or otherwise. Any sort of dwelling must be built with concrete walls measuring at least 13 feet thick, and without a single window. This offers survival, yes, but to what end? Unlike the corporate heaven of New Dubai, erected deeper into the Arabian Gulf, the average life expectancy in old Dubai is mere 30 years. Still, some have found advantages in life here. No visitors. Neither Netwatch nor any corporate special forces unit will deploy here. This land of glass and dust has become an asylum for some of the world's most wanted criminals. Some say they're only biding their time until an early death delivers them to hell. Some say they are already there. 3, 4. I'm gonna stop here. Not load. Save. So, I'm gonna stop here. Oh, that's concerning to see that save again. There we go. I'm gonna stop here, and I hope you've enjoyed. If there's anything you'd like to tell me, please let me know in the comment section below. But do take in mind the backlog here. While I am planning on uploading this sooner, there's still 44 hours of footage here. So, just keep that in mind. So, till then, folks, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed. Love and peace, baby.